Hello there. Namaskar. How are you doing today? All well? All right. So, welcome to this amazing learning series on entrepreneurship insights. I welcome you to my entrepreneurial learning series. And thank you so much for listening to me, giving your time to watch this video. And I'll make sure that you get most value out of your time that you have given me. Today's topic is essentialism. Okay. The business mantra for today is essentialism, right? So what is essentialism? Essentialism of business is about defining a set of attributes that are absolutely necessary for seamless functioning and identity of your business. Okay, I will repeat that. Essentialism in your business is about defining a set of attributes that are absolutely necessary for seamless functioning and identity of your business. Make sense? All right. So identifying what's essential in the business and what's non-essential in your business will help you in many ways. It will help you optimize your cost, number one. It will help you boost your productivity. It will also help boost the productivity of the team. It will also enhance the efficiency of your business overall. And it will also give you better control on your time. Okay. So let us look at some examples. Okay. So we are trying to identify what's essential in the business and what's non-essential in the business. I'll give you some examples, and then based on this, you can come up with what's essential for you and what's non-essential for you. Okay. So let's say focusing on your health and nutrition. Is it an essential or a non-essential uh, activity in your business? You can share in the comment box below for the video, right? So taking care of your health and nutrition, is it an essential work item for you or a non-essential work item for you? Some of you may be thinking that, is it a life coach program or a business insight, right? So you may be thinking that, yeah, my health is of course important, but how is it related to my business? What happens to you when you fall sick? Unplanned, you fall sick in your business. What happens? Everything takes a setback. As a business leader, as a business owner, when you fall sick, right, in an unplanned manner, see, anything can happen to anybody at any point in time. We are looking at preventive option, right? So if you keep taking care of your health and nutrition, your chances of recovering faster is higher. So you getting back on your feet and taking care of your life and business is higher. So that is the point, right? So what it needs is a daily discipline, consistent effort, right? So your health is definitely very important for your business, and we cannot compromise our health because we have many things to do in the business. So it's very important that a certain time is assigned for this essential work item of your business, right? So can we mark this as an essential work item then? All right. Okay. So now the question is, how much time are you investing in this particular essential work item? Okay. So now let's actually come to the real business essential and non-essential. Okay. So I just want to give you a little more perspective, little more. I just want to make sure you're thinking a little differently. So I took that example. Okay. So business decisions and actions that can help you secure your future business growth. Okay, the business decisions and actions that can secure the future growth of your business. Is it an essential thing to do in the business or a non-essential thing to do? Do we agree it's essential? All right. Okay. So can we mark it as essential? All right. So let's look at some examples of the business decisions and actions that can future-proof our business, right? So can I create additional stream of revenue for my business? Okay. What can I automate? Okay, I'm going to be asking some powerful questions. So I believe that unless you ask right questions, you can't find right answers, right? So unless there is a question, there will be no seeking for the answer. So it's very important to identify, ask this question: can I create additional revenue streams in my business? Okay, what can I automate? Because automation will give you productivity boost, right? And the mundane routine task can be done in a better way, right? So how can I leverage technology in my business? The way technology is headed, no one is untouched by technology. No one. Even a kindergarten prep 4-year-old, 3-year-old, during Corona COVID times, so the classes happening on Zoom. Even a roadside vendor during the 811 demonetization, the roadside vendors had this, for the collecting the money, they had this Paytm got a big jump at that point in time. So if you look around, no one is untouched by technology. There are creators of technology and there are users of technology. So you may be on the users of technology. So you have to see how technology can benefit your business, right? So having that orientation of how technology can be leveraged in my business is very important. So can I generate leads in autopilot mode? Okay. These are the questions that you should be asking for securing the future of your business, which is a very essential activity to be done every day. Focused work item to be executed every day. As a business owner, as a leader, this must be on the top of your list, right? So what can I do to engage and nurture my existing customers as well as new customers? Because retention of existing customers is very important, right? All of us run behind new customers, right? But it is equally important to take care of existing customers because they've already experienced your products and services and they can give you repeat business, right? So what are you doing to nurture or engage this existing customers? So very important, right? What activities can you do to nurture and engage them? Okay. So relationship building with your customers is very important. And how much time are you spending doing, how much time are you spending? Now I want to scratch that word spending and I will instead use the word investing. How much time are you investing in all the questions that I just asked you, right? So you can also ask, is it possible to engage and nurture my customers in a autopilot mode? You'll say, I can't make calls to all my customers every day, right? But there are techniques, there are strategies which will help you engage and nurture your customers, your leads in an automated manner. Whatever you do repeatedly can be automated using new age technology, digital systems and tools. But you need to have that orientation that I need those technology and tools in my business, right? So asking all these questions will give a direction to your thought process, because now you are thinking on future proofing your business. All right, so these are the essential, I think these are essential things for a business, and you can have your view on that. But it's can we agree to mark this essential? Okay. So it's very important to ask that, am I investing my time on these essential work items, and how much time am I investing? Because where your time goes, there your future flows. So business mantra again, where your time goes, there your future flows. So are you spending time or investing time, right? So if you are saying I'm spending time in meetings, that means your mindset orientation is, my time is going waste, I'm spending time. But if I'm investing time in meeting, then it's an investment, because you are looking at how that thing can help you grow in your business. All right. So now let's look at an example of a non-essential activity. Okay. So if you always find yourself handling customer issues, and that could have been avoided earlier by proper processes in place, some unplanned, unwanted stuff that randomly pops through the day, now and then, and completely eats up your time, right? Your productive time completely eats up. You're getting ready to do some brainstorming and planning for your business, and suddenly a customer issue comes which just eats up your early morning productive time, right? So totally non-essential, right? So no, I'm not saying that always it is the case, right? I'm saying that certain things, when you get into the discussion, you realize, go and dig the root cause, and then you realize this could have been addressed at that point in time. There was no need for this to show up now, and stuff like that, right? So of course, customers are important. You have to address their issues, but I'm just saying that could this be avoided if proactively, if there were certain processes in place in your business, so this situation will not even happen. Correct the root cause, the effects automatically get corrected. That's another business mantra. Correcting the root cause will automatically correct all the effects, because if there is no root, there is no tree, right? So nothing else, right? So correct the root cause, the effects automatically get corrected, right? So I want you to ask yourself, how much time are you spending? Now it's a spend on such tasks that really eat up your time, which you should not be getting into on a daily basis or more frequently. This should be very less in your entire schedule, and your target should be keeping on reducing such things in your day-to-day activities, and most of your time should be going in growing your business, focusing on what will grow your business, what will future-proof your business, right? So my recommendation is, I want you to take a sheet of paper now. Take a sheet of paper and draw 2 lines. So we have 3 columns, right? Take a sheet of paper, draw 2 lines so that we get 3 columns. In the first column, you are going to write down make a list of all the activities that you do from morning till evening, including personal activities, right? See, getting up in the morning, essential activity, which only you can do, right? Answering nature's call, essential activity, only you can do, right? So I want you to just write down whatever comes to your mind, just write down. Okay, then you can qualify, put out next to that activity if it is not related to your business, but this is how you're spending your day, entire day from morning to evening. If you can't look back and do that, start from today. Whenever you're seeing this video, start the same day or next day. Take a sheet of paper, make 3 columns, list down from morning till night when you're going, the first time when you wake up from bed and when you're going to bed. I want you to write down all the activities that you do, whether it is related to business or non-business, how you're spending your day. Just write that. Now next to each activity in bracket, you can just write down whether it is related to your business or not related to your business. Whichever is not related to your business, just scratch them out. Okay, just scratch them out. Now whatever is related to your business, in the second column, okay, I want you to write down whether it is an essential activity or a non-essential activity. You can do this for a month, or at least do it for one day. Okay, and if you feel like doing it, do it for 5 days a week. And if you still feel like continuing it, do it for a month, because it will give you a lot of clarity on where your time is going. Okay, where your time is going, where your future is flowing, because where your time goes, there your future flows, right? So column number 1, list of all the things that you do. Column number 2, mark them as essential or non-essential. Column number 3, very important column. You have to ask, who should be doing this activity? Getting up in the morning, essential activity, you should be doing. Taking care of your health, essential activity, you have to be doing. Your team cannot jog for you. Your team cannot do the weights for you, right? So essential activity, only you can do, right? So handling daily calls for customer issue call, is it something that you must, essential activity? Provided it is a real genuine issue, otherwise it's a non-essential activity. You would not, that scenario should have never happened. So for example, building relationship with customers, you can, essential activity you can also do, and you can have some core team members also doing that, right? So I want you to identify against each activity that who is the best person to do this activity. And if there are certain activities that only you can do or you must do for your business, just write that. If there are activities which you can do along with your someone else in your team, then put their name also along with it. But the thing is, always it's good to identify who is the best person to do it, because I want you to just find out that what is it that only you can do. and other things that can be done by someone else. That is the agenda of that third column. So clear? So what are we doing? Taking a sheet of paper, making 3 columns. Column number 1, list down everything that you do from morning when you wake up till the time you're going to bed. Then you will just highlight the ones which are business related activities, and other activities you can just scratch out for the time being. Second column, you will identify against each activity that you have listed, you will identify essential and non-essential. In the third column, you will put who is the best person to do it. Are you the best person to do it, or it can be done by anyone else? Because there are certain things which only you can do for your business, and there are certain things which can be done by others in your business. The second level, the third level, whatever, right? So doing exercise will actually help you identify essential versus non-essential. It will also help you identify where your time is going. Okay, are you spending time or are you investing time? That will give a lot of clarity on what's happening in your business, and that's the idea of essentialism. Okay, so that's all I have now. For now, I hope you enjoyed this learning, this insight. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my video. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Till then, stay safe, keep growing, keep evolving. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.